Welcome, one and everyone, to this week's episode of Scotch and Smoke Rings, episode F-B-B-B. That's right. I, your neighborhood friendly Oxhorn, whose suspenders are always set to stun, does not know what episode number this is. Probably because I'm behind a few weeks on publishing my past episodes to scotchandsmokerings.com and my YouTube channel. Yes, I realize that is a pet peeve, especially with the international viewers and the East Coast viewers for whom this is a very late broadcast. You know, it's kind of a bummer because I'm on the Pacific Coast, which is the furthest west you get in terms of time zone. Well, I take that back. I'm not sure about Hawaii and some parts of Alaska, but everyone else in the world is either in bed or going to bed by the time I do this broadcast. If I was on the East Coast or if I was in England somewhere, I would probably have a greater turnout since more people would be up. But anyway, not to get into that, I realize that I have forgotten to put my previous episodes online, which has caused me to lose track of what number this is. Oh, 268? Cigar Ox says this is episode 268. Alright, I'm going to have to take your word for that. I'll do all the math later and figure it out. Dragon Exile says, is that what is called flannel shirts? Yes. This is plaid. This is a plaid flannel shirt. I'm wearing it because I recently finished a line of beard instructional videos. You can see about 2 of them, I think, published on my other YouTube channel, the Classy Man I Am YouTube channel. I published them there. And I forgot to wear an undershirt, so to spare you all the golden locks of chest hair that blossom forth from my sternum, I buttoned the top button, which is really uncomfortable. But I wanted to spare the sensitive eyes that are viewing this program, so that is what I did that. But it means that I'm going to be a little hot. And, well, anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we have a lot to get through today. We have, Squirrel says beer. I was going to get myself a beer. I forgot. But that's okay. We've got Scotch. Ladies and gentlemen, we've got a great episode for you today. We're going to be going over your fan art. We're going to be going over your recordings. We've got Scottish independence. I'm pouring some Chivas Regal. 12 years blended Scotch whiskey. 1 shot left. Look at that. It is empty. This was my birthday Scotch. I got this on August 2nd, and it's lasted me over 2 months. Great little bottle of Scotch. We're going to be talking about Scottish independence. Today is a historic day, or maybe not, depending on how the polls go. Scotland is voting for its quote-unquote independence from the United Kingdom, and we're going to be talking about that. We've got games to play. We've got... What else was I doing? Oh, we've got cigars to smoke! Ladies and gentlemen, how can we not smoke a cigar? You want to see how I'm doing? Shorma says it's a month and a half. Look, I'm not a math major, right? I've got history in this thing, not math. So ask me, you know, who won the Peloponnesian War, and I'll say Sparta. Ask me what 2 + 2 is, and I'll say what? All right, here we go. Look at this. I know that you have been eager to know how I've been doing on my cigars. I still have a lot to go. 50 is a large number. Here I thought it would take me 2 or 3 weeks to get through them, but look, every week I show you how many I have left, and there's a lot left in there. So I'm not going to count them for you, but I'm trying to make my progress. Cigar Ox, I believe, got these for me, and I'm doing my best to get through them. Although I did find something interesting, which I took a photo of it, and I'm going to show it to you guys later. And this is not to shame anybody, but I wanted to show you what this looks like. So for those of you who have been watching the show for many years, you'll remember a time when I used to talk about cigar beetles. That's right, cigar beetles. This might be a new thing Andy the DK says, no slacking, Ox. Get to work on smoking that box of cigars. Cigar Ox says, you're so slow. I'm working on it, ladies and gentlemen. But I wanted to share with you the concept of cigar beetles. I took a photo of this. I'm going to be sharing it on my social streams later. But cigar beetles, they lay these little pupa on tobacco leaves. Giant leaves that are used to wrap cigars when they're done. And these leaves are hand-picked and hand-cleaned by the majority of cigar manufacturers. However, when someone is lazy, they don't get them all. And so a pupa or a larva, I'm not a scientist, they get wrapped up in the cigar, and then if they have the right kind of conditions, the beetle will hatch inside the cigar and eat it. So I wanted to show you this. I don't know if you can see that very well. I'll bring it closer. I had the honor of discovering this when smoking one of my cigars the other day. And for those who can't tell, those are chew marks. Little gnawing holes that some creature has burrowed itself into this cigar. And I only caught it after I lit it and had started smoking it. But you know, here's the thing. If the beetle is still in your cigar, you know, because as you light it, it explodes. And there are videos of this happening to people online. Just Google cigar beetle exploding cigar, something like that. And what happens is the larva or the pupa, all of the liquids that are held inside that creature, they boil and then pop. And since it's so tightly wrapped, it causes the cigar to just go poof, in a thing of confetti. And I'm pleased to say that this did not explode as I was smoking it. So either the beetle eggs and so forth are still in here, but in the middle, where the chewing was, or I haven't got to them yet. Now, to add insult to injury, this section of the cigar was hidden by the band. So I didn't even know that this had chew marks into it until I took off the band while I was smoking it and discovered to my horror that they were here. So this happens not all the time. I'm happy. So just to put it in perspective, this is the very first time I've ever caught this in person. I've read about it, but I've smoked hundreds if not thousands of cigars over my lifetime and I've never seen this. So it's incredibly rare, but I wanted to share the moment with you all before I toss it in the bin. Now, where were we? Oh yeah, let's set a cigar on fire. Well, let's not smoke a Thompson today. Today, Shingy says, well, cut it open. That's one way to go about it. I don't think I want to actually see what's inside there. Andy the DK says, well, at least the beetle had good taste and he was a classy lad. Exactly, I can't blame the beetle. He decided that he was going to place his home inside a cigar. I decided I'm going to place cigars inside my home. We're kindred spirits, really. You know, we're kindred spirits. So, no hating on the cigar beetle. But today we are going to be smoking this golden cigar. You guys have seen me smoke these on the program before. This is one of my favorite cigars. It's a Perdomo Reserve 10-year anniversary, which is why it's in the gold leaf. Black Shawarma says something wrong with Oxhorn's teeth. I did just get my teeth cleaned. I went to the dentist yesterday, but there shouldn't be anything wrong with my teeth. Oh, that's because his comment is in response to General Blackbane, who said, the plaque tilts once more. Is the plaque on my teeth tilting? I get it. No, I see. Anyway, this is what we're smoking today. I'll take the band off a little later in the show to see if there's any gnaw marks here. But for the moment, we'll just have faith in the cigar manufacturers. Smoke it as is. Here, let's turn off my fans. Just so that we can get some good smoke rings here. Dragon Exile says, got get them bug juices to have with that cigar flavor. That's right, protein and nicotine together. I'm used to lighting a different cigar that's really hard to start, which is why I've been huffing and puffing to get it going. And I didn't need to do that on this one because it caught fire really well, and I'm getting a lot more smoke than usual. Question from Xinghe. Hey, Oxhorn, can you answer a history question? If yes, could you recite the date of the Chernobyl disaster when it happened? I'm just curious. Yeah, of course. That was the 26th of April, 1986. That's right. I totally didn't just open up a window here of Google and type in Chernobyl disaster date. Not as if the answers to all of our questions are at our fingertips in 2014. Because that would be cheating, right? That would be cheating. I would never do that. No. William Moore says, Hail, hail, good Sir Oxhorn. I come armed with a churchwarden pipe and a glass of fine tea. I am prepared for any classy adventure. Cheers to you, William Moore, and to all other gentlemen who are watching, and ladies. We will not forget about the ladies. Any gentlemen and ladies who are watching this fine episode of Scotch and Smoke Rings. Cheers. Greg McLaughlin says, you are a history major after all. Yes, and as all history majors know, Wikipedia is your best friend. No, I take that back. My alma mater, University of Washington, would be ashamed of me if they heard me saying that. So. All right. Before we get into fan art, before we get into games, let's chat. Let's rap. Pull up a chair to the desk, ladies and gentlemen. Let's have a convo. Is that what the kids say these days? Let's convo? No, I know they don't. All right. So a lot of stuff to go over. So for those who don't know, the Scottish are voting for their independence today. Today is the day. In fact, I've been following it. Let's see. A few counties have come in. So, you know, for 300 and so years, the United Kingdom has existed of Ireland, Scotland, England, and Wales. They all form the different various tentacles and tendrils of the United Kingdom. And a while ago, Ireland voted for independence, at least part of Ireland. North Ireland, or was it South Ireland? Oh, I'm horrible at this. A part of Ireland decided to stay within the United Kingdom, and another part of Ireland decided to secede and become its own nation. And it's shameful for me not to know which one it is, as I am Irish American. But right now, what's going on is the Scottish have decided to vote for their independence. And let's see what the results are right now. Here, I'll give you guys some links to the live results as they come in. It's fascinating to watch this kind of stuff. I mean, I have no stake in the game, or dog in the fight, or dog in the game and stake in the fight, because it would be more interesting to watch stakes fight than dog's game. But anyway, there's the results. Currently, it's looking good for the no party. 57% of the vote says that no, we do not want to secede from the United Kingdom, whereas 42% of the vote says yes, please, we want to wear kilts year-round. Let's see. Now, not all of the results are in. We've got Clackenmanshire, which came in at 53% no. Comhernan Ellenshire, okay, came in at 53% no. And then, wow, the Orkney Islands are 67% no, and the Shetland Islands are at 63% no. This is also really unprecedented because apparently 90% of Scotland turned out for the vote. 90%. That's unheard of, really, in politics. I mean, don't quote me on that, but I don't know if 90% of anything has come up. and voted. So currently we've got a big no on that. It was Northern Ireland, says Lepidus. Thank you very much. All right, so my thoughts on this. And look, if anyone has been on social media or has been checking out any of the news concerning this vote, you're going to find people from all over the world giving their opinion. And I just want to say that as an American who knows absolutely nothing about United Kingdom politics, sorry, I was reading a comment. I am not going to come down one way or the other on this issue. I think it's far too complicated for me to understand, having not lived there. So I'm not even going to come down on one side or the other just because I don't feel I'm qualified. And one of the reasons I say that is because it actually irks me whenever there's a United States presidential election for people from the United Kingdom or Australia or anywhere else in the world really to come to me and say, you need to vote this way. Or sometimes, and this happened in the 2004 presidential election, I saw a big movement, a big international movement where people were saying, since the United States is so big, and since the United States impacts so many different people around the world, we feel like the international community should also have a vote in who is going to be the next president of the United States. And that, of course, boggles the mind, right? Because should America have a vote as to whether or not Scotland becomes independent? Of course not. It's ridiculous. That would never happen. Why would anyone say that anyone else should have a vote about American politics? So, I'm not going to return the favor. I'm not going to comment too deeply on the Scottish politics side, especially since it seems to be so just, there are a lot of high tensions. I read recently about some sort of tennis star who went on a Twitter and voiced his opinion about which side he was going to be voting for, and he was getting death threats, and he was getting all sorts of really horrible things said about him and his family. And anyway, it's Black Shawarma chimes in and says, I hate to burst your bubble, but it's 90% of registered voters. It's still huge, but it's not the total population. Yes, that's true. I did mean registered voters, not of the entire population. So, as I said, I'm not going to come down one side or another, but there are a few generalities that I want to comment on, just because I've seen them and I'd like to comment on them, and I think that these generalities apply to various nations throughout their history, especially when it comes to voting. Number one, a lot of pro-secession voters like to frame it in the terms of freedom for Scotland. Let Scotland be free. And I just want to say that Scotland is already free, and this is evidenced by the fact that we're voting to begin with. If Scotland were not free, the Queen would roll into Edinburgh in her chariot and say, you are going to remain a jewel in my crown, and then ride back to England laughing and throwing poppies out the window or something like that. That's just the way it would be, right? But it's different. You know, the Scotland and the England and the United Kingdom of 2014 is completely different from the United Kingdom of the 1700s, and it's definitely different from the Wars of Independence of William Wallace's era, for example. So, I think it's a little misnomer to say that Scotland needs to be free, because for the past 300 years or so, Scotland has really been the United Kingdom. It's not been its own unique Scotland. I mean, it has, culturally, definitely culturally. But it's really been part of the United Kingdom, and it is free in and of the fact that it's having this vote. And then the other thing I want to comment on, and I think this will be the last comment I'll say, is that one rule of thumb: if you ever want to know what the wrong side of the argument to be on is, look to the youth. As a general rule of thumb, if the youth are predominantly for something, it's probably the wrong thing to be for. I realize that I'm an old curmudgeon. 33 years old. I'm probably a very old curmudgeon. But I think that this is based not necessarily on, you know, all of that rock music and you know, pull up your sagging pants and all of that, get off my lawn mentality, but rather on just realistic logic. And I say that because we're making an assumption about the youth if we think that they know or they have a better educated guess about the proper way for a nation to go than people who have lived in that nation for decades. So number one, what are the youth going on? The vast majority of youth don't work. I had my job at 15, so my very first job was when I was 15 years old, and I know that there are many youth in America who do work, but the vast majority, I think, really don't work. They live off of allowances, they might have a part-time job, and they go to school full-time. Now, that shouldn't be diminished, especially when they're going to college and so forth. That is definitely a contributing part of society, and they have their voice. But I don't think that it gives them the perspective that the vast majority of people in the nation have. They haven't been contributing to a 401k. They haven't, hopefully, been raising children. And they most likely haven't been paying taxes. The second is wisdom. The vast majority of follies that human beings make throughout their lives happen in their youth, before they turn the age 30. The majority of crimes happen when men, in particular, are in their 20s. The vast majority of violent crimes. Clearly, wise decision-making and rationality doesn't appear predominantly, for the most people, in human beings until they're really in their 30s. Now, I'm not saying that we need to change the voting age from 18 in America to 30. I'm just commenting that I think wisdom happens later in life, which is something that we all know, right? So, while the youth may be beautiful, and they may be filled with fervor, and they may fervently believe in something, that belief may not always be based in fact and reality, and it may not always be the wise course of action. So, one final thing is that some people will say, and this has happened a lot on news blogs, I've heard people saying that the youth really know what's right. That when you become older, you become a curmudgeon, you become a little bit bitter, and you don't really know what's right. Instead, you're thinking opportunistically when you're older. You're thinking about what's best for you, what's best for your family, not necessarily what's right for the population. But when you're a youth, you have been untainted by capitalism. You have a pure and pristine spirit that is free from the burdens of blah, 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 blah. And therefore, a youthful heart and a youthful mind is a better heart and a better mind, and we should enjoy the decisions that those people make more so than those of the middle-aged and the elderly. And that's a fine and noble and romantic sentiment, I think. It's also entirely incorrect. I have long felt that youthful people are not born pure and pristine. And this has become ever more apparent to me as I am now the father of 2 beautiful children. I love my children to death. But Gavin is in the middle of the terrible twos, right? And his instinct is to throw a tantrum when he does not get what he wants. For example, he's in the kitchen, we're cooking up a big thing of bacon. Oh, we love bacon! He loves the smell of bacon! Bacon is his favorite food. And when we sit him down to eat, we will chop up that bacon, and he will take each piece between his fingers and just savor them deliciously. And, you know, he's in such appreciation when there is bacon. But while that bacon is cooking, he's impatient, and he reaches up to the hot pan full of bacon grease to try and pull it down because he wants that bacon. And as his parents, we say, "No, Gavin! No! Do not touch the hot pan of bacon grease because you'll get burned." And when we say no, he throws a tantrum and he wallows on the ground and he cries and he kicks his feet and he puts up the most adorable little struggle. But he's not right. He's being selfish. He's being unwise, he's being temperamental, and if any of those behaviors were found in an adult, or even a young adult, they would be not tolerated because, quote, he should know better. Likewise, there are many decisions that the youth of today will make, and then older people will look down on them and say, those are just the follies of youth. Someday they will know better. And it is this group of people, I think, that are not probably not the best deciding minds when it comes to the future of a country or what's right. So, I don't know where the youth fall on the whole Scotland vote. I don't know if they're predominantly yes, we need independence. If they are, maybe they're inspired by a William Wallace movie. Maybe they're inspired by the American independence movement without really thinking about the issues. I don't know. I'm postulating. I'm not entirely sure. But I would say, just in general, when it comes to a political issue, if the youth believe one thing predominantly, that's probably the wrong thing to believe. Chief Smash says, I agree, Oxhorn, but I'm a 39-year-old curmudgeon too. Glad to have a fellow curmudgeon here on the show. But I think the younger we are, the more susceptible we are to get caught up in the emotions of the moment. True, I think that's very true. Your brain doesn't actually fully form in the decision-making department until the late 20s, from my understanding. I think I've read something about that and how your brain is constantly maturing. Your body definitely is. Your wisdom certainly is, because wisdom is dependent upon experiences. And it's just the nature of things that the more years you live on this earth, the more experiences you accumulate, giving you a firmer foundation from which to make a rational decision. There's nothing really, ageist, if that's even a word about that. It's just the reality of the situation. William Moore says, it's not really my business as I don't live in Scotland, but as a man of Scottish descent, I would like to see Scotland separate. However, do you think this could hurt Scotland if not done properly? Yeah, I've been thinking a lot of the same things. I don't really know the issues with Scotland, but let's talk about Texas, for example. Many people in Texas said, let's secede from the Union, especially when Barack Obama was sworn in for a second term. There was a huge talk at the time about Texas seceding from the Union and forming its own country. And oftentimes people have said maybe California should go off and make its own country, because it's a huge, massive land. And it's really, I think it's what, the 13th greatest, if it were its own country, it would be the 13th most populous in the world or something like that. But of course, the complexities of that are huge in terms of infrastructure and taxes and jobs and culture. It's just such a monumental shift that it's not something to be done lightly. Oh! My ash. Dragon XL says, hey Ox, vast majority of the youth don't know what ISIS is and don't even know the history of the Vice President, Secretary of State, or even the President of the USA, and those youth are college grads, mind you. Yeah, I hate to make a generality about that, but I will reference something that happened recently. An activist went onto a college campus, I forget which one it was, but he had a clipboard saying, would you support financially the ISIS movement? And he didn't comment anything else. It was just a clipboard looking for signatures saying, do you support ISIS? And he got 17 signatures on a college campus in the United States of America. And this really isn't a controversial issue. Everybody agrees that ISIS is pretty bad. They're the guys decapitating people on camera. Who's going to stand with ISIS? Nobody. Not even other Muslim countries are standing with ISIS. Everyone's against ISIS. And yet they're going to college campuses, and so many people are so disconnected from reality that they're saying, yeah, let's stand with ISIS? Really? Okay. They don't really know what ISIS is. So, to their credit, the guy who did the research project also noted that there were many people on campus who did know who ISIS was and refused to sign the clipboard. And he even got into a near violent altercation with someone who was so offended by the prospect of supporting ISIS that he threatened the guy. So, there are definitely some knowledgeable people on college campuses. But to get 17 signatures after 1 hour of campaigning? Good news, ladies and gentlemen, no holes. Look at that, that is a pristine cigar. So no beetles in this one. Alright, I'm getting some criticism here we go. Lottle Jijit says, you're the last person I would trust on any foreign matter. Okay. Look at you. I can't. Oh wait, mirror. I could. You haven't left the state you were born in. Untrue. That hat is handsome, though. I'll give you that. Thank you. Now, I've been to many different states. I've actually been to many different countries. I was most recently in Amsterdam, and I love Amsterdam. Thankfully, I was there before the tragedy that befell them with the Malaysian Airlines. Great people in Amsterdam. Great little city. HT Star says, I watched the video with the clipboard. Yeah. Pretty crazy. He said, do you want to sign the board so that Obama would support ISIS and talk to them? Yeah, I know, it's crazy. And he got like 17 signatures. Latul Judja, who apparently has an issue with vanilla, says, have you ever been to a country that wasn't chock full of vanilla faces? Yes, I was in Haiti. I had a great time in Haiti. I still have some paintings that I purchased while I was in Haiti. It was a good time. Jonathan says, hey Oxhorn, several Native American tribes that have succeeded from the USA. Yeah, you kind of ask him about that, right? So I live in Washington State, and in Washington State there are a number of reservations, and these are independent countries. Really, they're independent nations, they rule their own affairs, and yet they're within the United States. And they're poverty-stricken, really. They're poverty-stricken. The people who live in those nations are below the poverty level. Things are not going well on reservations. Now, I have nothing against the idea of Native Americans having their own governing structure. Full transparency, my wife is 1/4 Native American. Her mother is half Native American, and her grandmother was a full Pima Native American. And so I know this issue fairly well. My wife has been to her tribe in Arizona on a number of occasions. And she's really familiar with the culture, and it's really tragic when she goes to visit her family members who are still part of that tribe because they're all in poverty. You know, they have, it's really a cultural issue, and I'm not going to delve into that too much right now because that's not the focus of the show, which is already 32 minutes into the program, and we haven't popped up in a video game here, so we definitely have that coming. But you know, it hasn't been a good thing for the Native Americans. Now, would they be better off if they were just fully integrated into American culture? I mean, the stats say yes, right? The stats say that if they were fully integrated in American culture and not dependent upon casino jobs and not staying within reservations, that they would be better off. If you look at the Native Americans who have gone off into the rest of America and gotten jobs and gotten careers and still kept their cultural roots, but kind of left that philosophy of staying within the tribe, they've done well. They've done very well indeed. So, fan art time. Cats have all the rear ends. Says, where can I get a hat like yours in Washington State? There's a great shop called, starts with a D. I forget what it's called, but I know where it is. If you go to University Street in University Village, it's south of 50th. So it's south of 50th and University. There's a great little hat shop there that sells derbies like this. Also, if you go to scotchandsmokerings.com, I've got an entire hats section of the website there, and you can find a derby there. It's posteriors. Says cats have all the rear ends in all caps. Oh, terribly sorry. Hate to call rear ends posteriors. Alright, fan art time. Let's take a look at the fan art that we have collected today. Pardon me if my computer lags. Oh, yeah. I'm totally not Googling Chernobyl. There we go. Alright, let's talk about fan art. Well, my goodness, look at this. This was submitted by Christina Walden, and she says, I edited the tattoo on the arm since it isn't classy. A bit of censoring, haha, and I know you don't like tattoos, Ox. But the beard, though. Yes, there's the edit. Looking better there. Check out the bear beard. Alright, I think we've seen this one on the program before, but it's fairly epic. Thank you for that one, my friend. Then there's this from Greg Hartung, and he says, this may not be in regards to World of Warcraft, beards, bacon, or scotch and cigars, but I figured the picture speaks for itself. I found this at Bath & Body Works, arguably one of the least manly stores on earth, but they seem to know men now and again. And what we have here is pumpkin pecan waffles hand lotion. No, it's hand soap. It's gentle foaming hand soap. And, wow. I have to admit, if I'm going to be using hand soap, I'm probably going to get the pumpkin pecan waffle flavor. Then there's this Pro tip from Greg McLovin Hartung. This is less of fan art and more of a helpful tip. I discovered how to switch back to the old character models in the public test realm. Click on the system menu, then the advanced tab, and toggle the check mark on show new models. Now you won't have to rage on trade chat when 6.0 arrives. You're welcome. Nicely done there, sir. Thank you very much. Then we have this. Greg McLevin Hartung says, a pretty legitimate shirt for Oxhorn and other beard enthusiasts. Shaving is for girls. Now, the militant feminists would say, we can't say that, for that would be a pejorative to say that shaving is for girls. But, I mean, hey, no, I don't want to join. I just want to see the shirt. There it is, shaving is for girls. Looking really dapper, this guy. Look at this awesome handlebar mustache and this big full beard. I have to admit, I would probably wear a shirt like that. Then there's this. I don't think this is the poster at all, but he asks a question. Greetings, my fellow Scotch and Smoke Rings patriots. Compatriots, I have a question. Would you consider shaving your beard if being clean-shaven, pardon my French, was a requirement for a job? Discuss. Man, I'm all over the map today. And I want to highlight this response by David Sursu. Yep, without a second thought, if a beard is a choice, it's not some indispensable part of your identity. It doesn't make you less of a man. Look at Jason Statham or Patrick Stewart, to name a couple. And I do agree, as much as I love beards, I'm not going to say that a beard should get in the way of you and your career choice. If you have to shave the beard to get the career of your choice, then, make that decision for yourself. What's more important to you? Your career or your beard? What's more important to you? Feeding your family or your beard? It's not a tough choice for me. Now, I've been, as I told you earlier, I've been publishing these videos about beards, and I'll just show you a brief glimpse of one of these. I'm reviewing a number of different beard-related products. This particular one is a review of, oh, come on, Google+, really? Don't make me sign in. All right, this is a review of Beard Balm, made in Detroit. And I go through a lot of great tips on how to use the Beard Balm and my thoughts on the Beard Balm. I've also got some of Beard Oil, so check it out if you want. Here's the one on Beard Balm. And then I also completed a new epic review of some of the best beard conditioners. Now, many people may say, why should I use a beard conditioner when I have a hair conditioner? There are quite a few great reasons to do so, and I list them all here. And I talk about the major categories of conditioners. There are washout beard conditioners. These are my 3 favorites. Then there are beard oil conditioners. These are my 3 favorite beard oil conditioners. And finally, there are beard balm conditioners, which, again, are some very fine conditioners. So there you go. How to use beard balm, how to use beard conditioner, and all of that wonder and majesty. Now, many of you know that if you go to scotchandsmokerings.com, there's a little floating floating button. Man, I'm just all over the map today. A floating button where people can leave their messages for this fine program. So, I'm going to turn up the volume. And I'm going to pause the music. That's in German right now. And let's see. Who is on the line today? We've got Andy the DK. Andy the DK, what would you like to say to the fans?
Greetings, Oxhorn. Andy the DK here. I hope you enjoyed my Illidan voice impression last week. I'm trying to get my WoW character voice impressions down packed, so I just thought I'd make it fun for last week. But this week is a serious question. And the question is, I live in northeastern America, and the winters here are pretty brutal. So I can only smoke during the summer and during the fall before it gets too cold. Now my question is, what is your favorite season to go outside, take in the beautiful air, and enjoy a nice cigar with some scotch? So that's my question to you this week, good sir. I hope you can answer it. It may be tough, you may have to think about it for a second. I definitely did. But I hope your beard is merry and your scotch glass is full, and until next time, stay classy.
Cheers to you, Andy the DK. Thank you for a great message that's on topic today. So for those who didn't hear, his question is, what season is your preferred season for smoking a classy cigar and enjoying an ounce of scotch? Now, there are 2 aspects to this question and my answer that I'm going to cover. The first is indoor smoking versus outdoor smoking. If you're smoking a cigar in a lounge-type setting, then really the season is not that important. Picture this. You walk into an English cottage. There is a fire on the hearth. You have a beautiful leather armchair sitting there waiting for you. You change into your smoking jacket. You put on your fuzzy slippers. You sit down in your chair. To the table to your right, you find an ounce of scotch with two little bouncing ice cubes sitting there waiting for you, a fine cigar, and an ashtray. And then a good book. It's the middle of winter. You've got a roaring fire. But is that not a fine season to smoke a cigar? I can think of few things better. Reading a wonderful book, maybe it's a mystery, maybe it's something from Agatha Christie, smoking a gentlemanly cigar, sipping on some peaty scotch. That's a great way to spend a winter evening. Outside, that's a different story. Outside is going to be cold and bitter and icy. The people who step outside in such environs to smoke are typically wielding cigarettes because they are disposable, they are quickly consumed, and they allow the smoker to come inside without freezing their toes off. And that is not classy, ladies and gentlemen. Not a classy way to consume a combustible, in my personal opinion. But, however, there may be instances where you're building a huge bonfire on the beach or in a nice camp area, and it may be winter outside, but you're toasty warm near the bonfire. You might pull out a gentlemanly cigar and enjoy the time. So I think the season is dependent upon the environment within which you are smoking your gentlemanly and the company by which you smoke your gentlemanly. That said, I think my favorite season is going to be the winter, wrapped up in a nice, warm smoking jacket by a roaring fire with some chocolates and a ounce of scotch, reading something. That would be my preferred method to smoke a cigar. Sherman asks on the Scotch and Smoke Rings website. He has a message for us all, ladies and gentlemen. Let's listen to Sherman.
Hello there. Yeah, my name is Sherman C. Warminster. I'm very sorry for the mix-up last time. It won't happen again. I wanted to ask you this time about your opinion on the dwarf race. I've heard mixed comments that are attributed to you which seem to show both an admiration and hatred at the same time. It confuses me that someone like you could have anger towards a race that makes such wonderful alcohol production and pride in their beard growth and consumption. Once more, I'd really like to thank you for all the entertaining years of streaming you provided and your excellent performing talents. Thank you very much for taking the time to listen to my question, Mr. Davies. I thought you were great in Sliders and The Last Crusade, and the way you handled the challenges of playing Gimli, the dwarf, at your height was nothing short of amazing. You, John Rhys Davies, are simply great. Thank you very much.
Never get me laughing when I'm taking a puff of my cigar. Well, thank you, Sherman C. Warminster, for your eloquent comment. I don't believe I have ever expressed any amount of hatred towards the dwarves. I can't say that I am dissatisfied with their choice of alliances. The dwarves should really be a horde race. I would happily trade the dwarves for the pandas. Or you know what? Even the blood elves. I know, my beautiful wife is a blood elf, but I'm just saying that in general, the dwarves seem like more of a horde race to me. So my only criticism of them is their choice in warlike alliances. Other than that, their opinion on facial hair, their opinion on battle, their opinion on meat and beer are all wonderful horde opinions. So that's really my only criticism. Imagine Justin, you were on the program today. What would you like to tell the audience?
Hello, Oxhorn. Imagine Justin here. I'll be able to make it to your show today. A lot of lag going on, and it looks like I need to do a lot of updates for the computer. But I want to say this. Have a good weekend, stay classy, and also here's a question. I noticed last time you said you didn't like seafood, but if you were to choose one of the three that you only had at your house, what would you choose? Lobster, scallions, or oysters? Have a good day.
Great question. I'd choose oysters for a number of reasons. The first is that they sometimes come with pearls. So not only would I be enriching my belly with the meat of their shell, but I would be enriching my bank account with the pearls from their bosoms. If I can say that. And the second thing is that you can deep fry an oyster, and those are actually delicious. The secret is that the only seafood I can tolerate is a deep fried clam. I don't like shrimp, don't like lobster, don't like fish of any kind, but a clam buttered up and deep fried, now that I can tolerate. Jonathan, you are on the program today. What would you like to tell the viewing several?
Greetings, Oxhorn. This is Jonathan with a few more questions. First off, if you were to generate enough money from your passive income to support yourself, do you think you would ever consider returning to movie making? And I was wondering if you have ever read The Art of War by Sun Tzu, and if so, what your take on it was. Look forward to the show tonight. Stay classy, sir.
Great question. I'll answer the latter first. I have not, to my shame, read The Art of War by Sun Tzu. I have it on my reading list. The closest thing to it I read was Crime and Punishment, which I realize is not very close, except for in thickness. Crime and Punishment is a very thick Russian novel, which I deeply enjoyed. And Sun Tzu's The Art of War is famous for being one of the thickest books, aside from the Bible. But I would still love to read it. I have not read it yet, and that is to my shame. And the other part of your question was whether or not I would return to movie making if my online passive income could support my family. Well, the truth is that the online passive income portion of my online activities does now support my family. I have recently parted ways with my profession of choice, the wonderful company Boutique, which has sustained my family for 4 years. I will hold in fond memory as I move on to the next greatest thing. And the next greatest thing for me is to continue to build my online passive income while working on other projects. So yes, my beard website alone finances my entire family. It's a wonderful thing to have, and I thank all of you for going to the website, purchasing products, reading guides, and looking at all of the wonderful things I've posted there. That said, I have not yet returned to movie making for a number of reasons. The first is that I am continuing to find ways to increase the income that I can make to build a better legacy for my family, and that's going to be my primary focus for the foreseeable future. Now, that said, if for some reason I was bequeathed with $1 billion, if I was a billionaire, wait, did I say millionaire in the past? Okay, if I was a millionaire, would I consider making movies again? Yes, I would love to come back and create my machinima movies like I used to, but for the time being, I am focusing on building a legacy for my family. And until I do, I sadly won't return to movie making, but thank you very much for your questions. Odiodi says, if I recall... Oh! Okay, Odiodi says, if I recall, The Art of War is rather thin. My bad. I was thinking of War and Peace, which I have not yet read. Neither have I read The Art of War. Both books are interesting, and I want to read both. But I have not read War and Peace, which is the thick one, and The Art of War is on my list. Gentleman Badger says, that's amazing news, good sir. No more listening to the likes of Fancy every day. Indeed. HT Star says Oxhorn didn't write a book and it's not under his YouTube trophy. Little Timmy says, have you written a book? Wink. Yes. Indeed I have, and here it is, ladies and gentlemen. The Tale of Cloran Hastings, a novel by yours truly, a fantasy adventure swashbuckling novel for young adults and adults, people of all ages and races and genders and beards. Available for a low, low price of money on Amazon.com. A novel I think you will all enjoy. Go to coloronhastings.com to purchase it. All proceeds go to the charity known as Growing My Beard. Radbro20 says, "Hey Oxhorn, about your site. I haven't seen that you are shipping to Norway. Is that so? Or am I not going to the right sites? Thanks. Have a classy evening. Cheers." Great question. At growabeardnow.com. Wow. It's a loud song. Let me turn that down. At growabeardnow.com, the majority of my products ship from Amazon. They take care of all of the shipping. And some of them ship to Norway, and some of them do not. And I can't tell you which ones do and which ones don't. So your best bet is to go to growabeardnow.com, click on some of the links, and see which ones ship to your particular country. All right, let's take a look at the Scottish results so far. We had 4 different counties, if they are called counties, chime in the last time we checked. Let's take a look now. Are there any newcomers? Yes! Inverclyde has chimed in. Wow! And it was a tough call in Inverclyde, but 50.08% are voting no, and 49.92% have come in yes. So that was a split decision there. Look, it's still anyone's game. The turnout so far is 86.78% of all registered voters in Scotland. Only 108 ballots have been rejected for whatever reason, and everything else is being counted up fairly. So far it looks like the no's are having it, but there are dozens and dozens of counties yet to be counted. So it's anyone's ballgame right now. Way too early to tell. Or Valerian says, say something in Swedish. No. No is actually no in Swedish. Jag talar lite svenska, men min svenska är inte bra. What's that? Svenska! Alright, video game time. Now, did you like my streaming of Don't Starve last week? Ladies and gentlemen? HT Star says reverse psychology on Oxhorn. Wahaha. Yes, yes, yes. Reverse psychology does indeed work. Odi says, now sing that. Okay. Jag talar lite svenska, men min svenska är inte bra. Inte bra. Inte bra. Hippie on. Apply directly to hippie. Mwahaha. So there you go. Yeah, my Swedish is horrible. I took 2 years of it, and I can say one sentence. Oh, I learned enough to flirt with Swedish girls. I was single at the time, and so I would have a routine of going to the Swedish girls and saying, Du är mycket snygg, ja? Ja. Du har en stor snygg. Du är mycket snygg, ja, ja. I would try to keep it classy, ladies and gentlemen, when flirting with Swedish girls. Even in another language, it's important to keep the words classy. All right, William Moore says, Don't Starve was hilarious. Black Shawarma says, it's not that bad. Black Shawarma says, the whole reason I learned Swedish was to flirt with Swedish girls as well. Eh? It's a good reason, eh? The Swede in the room is laughing hysterically. My Swedish is pretty bad. Let's see. Any other thoughts on Hearthstone versus Don't Starve? Dragon Hunter 42 says, is the book Era 1 written by me? It is indeed. And I have a copy here somewhere. No, I forget. I don't. But it's called Era. Oh, there it is. Hold on. Orvarian says, du bra på svenska, Oxhorn. Tack så mycket. Jag har lite träning. Hur säger man träning på svenska? Jag kan inte. Era 1. Here, let's remove the glare. Era 1 by Brandon M. Dennis. You can get it at era1book.com. Era1book.com, all one word. A fine collection of my short stories, poems, and short novels from a time before time. Alright, don't starve, don't starve. Have you gotten better at Don't Starve? Yeah, I now only die once every 5 minutes. Don't starve. Hearthstone. Hearthstone. Greg McLovin Hartung says, with that accent and that beard, you can never fail to pick up Swedish girls. Tell that to my 24-year-old short-bearded self. It didn't seem to work that well. Minesweeper, Minesweeper. I didn't even list that as an option. Minesweeper, Minesweeper, Hearthstone. Don't starve, don't starve. Minesweeper. Looks like it's evenly split. Alright, what do I want to play? Look, ladies and gentlemen, I know that we have a history of playing Hearthstone together, but because it's so difficult to get a game going without being crashed by spam, I think I'm going to have to go ahead and say Don't Starve today. Alright, I'm going to get Don't Starve running, and we can play that for a little bit. If it gets boring, let me know, and I'll switch to Hearthstone. Everyone wants Minesweeper. Alright, let's see if I can find Minesweeper online. It's funny, all of these silly games that were packaged with Windows back in the day. Now, the youth will not know it, right? Because, I mean, Solitaire, to my knowledge, sorry, I'm getting distracted. To my knowledge, Solitaire and Minesweeper and all of those games are no longer available native to Windows. Okay. Here we go, Minesweeper, while we wait for Don't Starve to load. Alright, this is good. I'm doing really well so far. Look at me, I'm just tearing it up in the Minesweeper. Oh! Oh, and I'm done! How do you know? How do you know where the bomb is? I don't get it. What? Ah, I just... Here, okay, so it looks like the corners are good. What? Oh. Here, I'll just do this. No, that's not right. Alright, this is the best I've ever... No! And I'm done! Oh. I just... It's like random. Whoa, okay, this is the best I've ever done. Look at that. Here we go. 3, 1. Alright, so... No! Oh my goodness. 2. Let me go over there. 2. Alright, 2. Oh, and I'm done. Oh, rough stuff. Okay. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Don't starve. Let's see if we can play this without dying miserably like I did last time. Alright, let's play. So since we last played, I got to level 18. This is the best I've ever done. Now, I'm not going to play this game live because I don't want to do something silly under the influence of you all. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start a new game. And let's choose a character. I've earned all of these new characters. Let's have a vote. There's the gentleman scientist who grows a magnificent beard. I have yet to see that, however. Then there's the fire starter who's immune to fire damage, has a sweet lighter, and lights fires when nervous. Then there's this mustachioed gentleman called the Strong Man, who gets stronger with the full belly and is afraid of the dark and monsters. And then there's this one, the Bereaved, who's haunted by her twin sister, is comfortable with darkness and doesn't hit very hard. And that's it. Those are all of the ones that I've unlocked. Alright, we've got Bereaved. We've got Blit this check and game from Andy the Death Knight. We've got Strongman. We've got another vote for Strongman. 2 votes for Strongman. The Creepy Blonde. So that's 2 for the Creepy Blonde. And then Strongman. Radbro says Strongman. Blonde. Wow, okay, it's even Steven now. The Beard Man. Alright. Strongman or the Bereaved? Alright, let's try this guy. He's got a nice mustache. Alright, starting a new game, ladies and gentlemen. See how well I do. Regulating game theory, inserting buckets and buckets of loot, insinuating a keen sense of despair, hurting Wilson's beard, generating pathos. Alright, here we go. Andy the DK says, what have you done for dinner tonight, Ox? I haven't had dinner yet, actually. So I'm not sure how much longer I'll broadcast. A little bit longer. But I'm definitely hungry. Alright, there's my guy. Okay, let's pick some flowers. Because as a giant manly man with a mustache, this is the best way to go about your day. Picking flowers. Oh look, a sapling. Let's get that sapling. No, let's get these berries instead. Those look good. And then more flowers. Alright, let's get all these flowers. And I've learned that you can kill butterflies. Because butterflies give you a life thing. But they're hard to catch. Holy Mother of Lag, Batman. Alright, I got a carrot. Alright, so I've got a healthy assortment of grass and flowers. And carrots. This is important. Flint, I need that so I can build my fire. Kill the butterfly. I want to kill the butterfly. Why can I only examine it? Alright, I can now build a fancy hat. Let's see. Garland. There we go. Alright, I got my garland. Alright. There's another carrot. Let's get the carrot. Why would this hedgehog run away from me? I've always been a fan of the hedgehogs. Let's get this carrot. More grass. Oh man, isn't this exciting? My manly man in a rosebud halo with his giant mustache. Okay, what can we build now? More flowers. Grass. More flint. Ooh, I want to kill this butterfly. I can't kill the butterfly. Why can't I kill the butterfly? Oh, I need an axe. Alright, let's build an axe. Alright, I am now armed with weaponry. Let's chop down this tree. The tree deserves it. Alright, logs. One thing I don't like about this game is the line of sight. Sometimes when I go pick up stuff, I can't because there's a tree in the way. More flint, more berries, that's good. These bees fascinate and haunt me. Alright, let's attack the butterfly. Die, butterfly! Oh, I killed it! Look at that! Alright, I got a butterfly wing. Those are great. They heal me. Alright, I got some grass, got some seeds. Let's get the flour. Can I attack the bees? What happens when I attack a bee? Well, let's find out later. I don't want to die just yet. Get the bees? Alright. Everyone's telling me to get the bees. Let's get the bees. Die, bee. Oh my goodness, I'm under attack by a bee. Alright, I got, what's this? Pick up stinger. Pick up honey. Alright, I'm getting some food. And I didn't die too much. It's getting dark, ladies and gentlemen. I need to do something about this. Alright, let's get some carrots. Let's get some grass. Let's get some more firewood, ladies and gentlemen. I don't want to starve, so that's the goal of this game. Let's not starve and get as many berries as we can. Look, Gentleman Badger says, Oxhorn, if you hit the bee, the consequences would be so grand. The universe would be tossed into war, not seen in 1,000 years. Well, clearly that's not true. I just killed 2 bees. I've got bee blood on my hands, and yet all I got are a honey and a thorn. Alright, it's going to be night soon. Let's build a campfire. Let's build it right next to this thing in the ground. Alright, things are looking good. I got fire. But my sanity is going down. Oh, it looks like I'm hungry. Let's eat something. Let's eat a carrot. Alright, looking good. So what happens if I just... I mean, do I have to sit here all night? Cole Infalvit says, will you ever make a movie again? I would love to make a movie again someday. I want to kill a bird. How do I kill birds? Let's put some pine cones on the fire, just because I like seeing them burn. Cook the carrots? Oh man, I already ate them. Let's cook the honey. I can't cook the honey. Let's cook the butterfly. I can't cook the butterfly. Surely I can cook seeds. Yes. Alright. I've got cooked seeds. Toasted seeds. Can I cook berries? Yes. What do I get? I get roasted berries. Whoa! What was this? Pick blue mushroom. Alright. Let's cook the mushroom. Mushroom cap. Let's eat it. Tasty. Let's have some berries. Also good. Let's try the honey. Oh, super tasty. Roasted seeds. Oh, I'm having a feast out here, guys. Right. Can I cook flower petals? No, but I can burn them. Don't cook the shrooms? I cooked it and I ate it and I seem to be okay. Man, I get hungry fast. Look at my my hunger meter. Oh, I am mighty. Gentleman Badger says Hippie Tom would be appalled at the burning flower petals. Yes, yes, he would. Alright, well, the night grows on and my fire grows dim. Ah, and it's daylight. Let's take a look at my map. Alright, I haven't done much. Let's go on an adventure, ladies and gentlemen. This is a weird world. It seems to be just sort of floating on the water. What happens if I attack the beehive? I don't know if I want to try it. What's this? Alright, looks like spider web or a cocoon of some sort. Can I make a grass shirt yet? Yes. Alright, I've got a grass shirt on. Let's attack the spiders. Whoa! It's a lot of spiders! 3 of them! Oh my goodness! I can't take on 3 spiders! That's a lot of spiders! Leave me alone! I meant no harm! I just wanted to kill you in your home! Is that so bad? Alright, this is going good. Alright, can I make a trap yet? Yeah, let's make a trap. Okay, let's scare this guy into his hole. Alright, I'm going to set the trap on top of the hole. Alright. When do they come out? Do I just sit here and wait? This guy is right next to my trap and he's not going for it. Oh, here's a road. Let's see where the road takes us. Alright, alright. I'm traveling fast on this road. That's good. Oh, here's another carrot. And more berries, alright. This road doesn't make any sense. It's going in a big loop. Okay, so this is a game about walking. That's good. Let's get some more firewood, just in case. Okay, what is this? Hello, mighty ox creature. Do you want to be my friend or should I attack you? How about I feed you some berries? Will you eat? No. How about a carrot? Can I give you a carrot? No. I want your meat. Die. Wait, no, look that. Feces. You want some feces? No. Ouch. Oh, two of them. I can't take two at the same time. Get off my property. Ah. All right, I can take one. I can take one of you darn creatures. Yes, I killed it! Oh no, the other one is coming towards me. Ah! Run away. Alright, what did I get? Keep moving, buddy. Keep moving. I want to loot this corpse. Beefalo meat. Oh my goodness, what a haul. Look at all of this meat. Oh, that was totally worth it. Alright, let me walk down this road some more to find a nice spot to build my campfire. More feces? Why is there poop lying all over the place? I suppose I could burn it, but that would be a stinky fire. More poop! I'm just going to leave it alone until I know what it's for. Wow, this tundra is vast. Where am I going? I've gone a very long way. Alright, there's one spider. I can take one spider. Oh no, there's two spiders. Die, evil scary bug. I got monster meat. Oh no, more spiders, run away! Get away from me, spider. I just wanted to kill your friend. I mean, you no harm. Alright, so I've got poop, I've got monster meat, carrots, and regular meat. Alright, I'm going to cook up a feast tonight. Alright, this is a good place to build my fire. Let's cook what we got today. What have I got here? I've got 4 meat. We've got a monster meat. I've got poop. It is a fuel. I can't... Alright. Let's cook my carrots while I got my fire. Alright, let's see. What does the monster meat taste like? Ooh. It hurt my health. Alright, let's eat my butterfly wings. That helps my health. Good. Alright. Let's eat my regular meat. Oh yeah, that helps. I'll save this last one for a little while. Great, so I can sit here for another night. Let's eat some toasted carrots. Let's add some poo to the flames. Whew! Well, I made my campfire big, but man, is it stinky. Looks like there's a red mushroom over here, but I can't do anything to it yet till it pops out of the ground. When do they pop out of the ground? My sanity hasn't gone down yet. Yeah, I'm doing pretty good. Alright, night will be coming day soon. Alright, it's going to be day soon. I'm just going to walk away. Oh, there we go. Alright, I'm learning the lay of the land. But I want to see something amazing. Let's go away from the road. The road goes that way. Let's just dive off into the wilderness and see where that takes us. What's this? Oh, what is this? It's a corpse and a grass suit and twigs. All right, let's get these twigs. Nah, you examine the skeleton and he says not enough muscle. Oh, and it's the end of the world. Okay, I guess I should follow the road. Alright, usually these games have dragons. I want to fight a dragon. Where do I find a dragon? As I said, attacking bees will bring the end of the world. Alright, let's see if that happens. That's what Gentleman Badger said. Whoa, wait a minute, what's this? Whoa! Holy cow, these guys have... Wow! Hey, don't attack me! What are you doing? Fine, I've got a grass suit. I'm not afraid. Come back here, puny pig creature. Oh my goodness! Oh, they're all coming for me! Run away! Oh no, that's the end of the road! Oh my gosh. I can't attack all of them. Whoa, what's this next to it? Okay. Evil flower. Pick up box thing. Okay, yeah, I'll do that. I'll pick up the box thing. Pick up gnome. Okay, I'll pick up the gnome. Pick up spear. Oh, look at that, a spear. I am now well armed. Alright, does anyone want to fight me now? I'm well armed. And I'm mighty. Come on, fight me. I want one of you. I don't want all of you. No! Too many! Too many! Too many! No! No, 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 no. Oh. Well, I can't attack them, even though I've got my spear. Because they hurt my life. Well, that was interesting. And I'm at the end of the road. Okay. Well, let's go this way. Alright, let's do something. I've got an idea. Let's do something drastic. I'm going to build a torch. Oh no! I can't build a torch. I'm out of grass. Oh dear. Alright. Grass, grass, grass. Pick grass before it turns night. My idea was to burn down all those berry bushes and kill... I want to kill those pigs. Alright, let's get grass. Let's build a fire. Let's camp this night out. Let's kill all the pigs with fire. How's that sound? Okay, normally these pig things, they go into their huts at night. Where are they? They're to the north of me. Alright, let's... Alright, there they are. They're not going to their homes. Let's do it. No, 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 no. I'm not ready to die yet. I'm trying to set your berries on fire. Get off me! I want to set your berries on fire! I'm gonna fire! No, no, don't kill me yet! I'm gonna fire! Oh, and I'm dead. Ah. Well, I did my best, ladies and gentlemen. All I wanted to do was destroy their only source of food for which they were defending with their lives. And they say that I'm an enemy. I just don't get it. Right, ladies and gentlemen, well, that was a fantastic adventure. We made fires, and we ate mushrooms, and we cooked monster meat, and I tried to set the world on fire. Is there a better day? Alright, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for smoke chips. I've got a cigar here that I need to relight. I need to relight this fire because my other one is extinguished. Let's see if there are holes hiding under the band. Nope. No holes. It is a pristine cigar. I have a feeling I'll be doing this for quite some time. William Morris as Oxhorn and William Wallace charging in on fiery war horses while wielding bacon claymore swords as they ride through the misty battlefields of Scotland while they battle an army of mighty skeletal dragons as they dodge their fire breath and razor-sharp claws. Staghorn flanks the dragons with his own army of zombie Viking warriors. Meanwhile, Mortus and a team of ninjas sneak around the battle and backstab all of the evil creatures. Ooh, I like that. Gentleman Badger says Oxhorn and the fans sailing through a cataclysmic storm on their way to bring honor to their kingdom. Eventually they discover the beast causing the problem is not Mother Nature, but a mighty kraken. Oxhorn and his crew stand ground, sailing close to the kraken in a bold move. The beast meets its end by a bacon spear to the eye, thrown by our classy host. Dragon Exile says spaghetti with onion, mushrooms, and meatballs, and a can of root beer and lemon meringue pie. Except for the onion mushrooms, you're making me hungry. Captain Maximov says Ox dual-wielding 2 fiery war axes, challenging the poor thin vegan neighbor Tom to a duel. Oh man, poor Tom. After Tom's subsequent defeat, he offers him a mighty bacon mead, effectively turning him into a man via beard growth. Oh, and he's on a mighty schooner. Poor Tom. Although it would be good for him to try some bacon mead. I'd drink bacon mead. That sounds delicious. All right, great questions, ladies and gentlemen, or smoke chips. Let's see. Today, let's go with Gentleman Badgers. I haven't done yours in a while, have I, Gentleman Badger? All right, let's do this. Here we go. Pay close attention. Whoa! It sailed right by the camera, but for the briefest of moments we had there, Oxhorn and the fans sailing through a cataclysmic storm on their way to bring honor to their kingdom. Eventually, they discover the beast causing the problem is not Mother Nature herself, but indeed a mighty kraken. Oxhorn and his crew stand their guard, sailing close to the kraken. In a bold move, the beast meets its end by a bacon spear to the eye, thrown by our own classy host. It is true, if I were to throw a spear, it would be made of bacon, and I always aim for the eyes. Alright. Let's check on the votes in Scotland to see where things have gone during the hour and a half of this program. Whoa! A whole bunch of results. Lots of counties have turned in. So far the vote is 56% no, 43% yes. So the no's are having it. Aberdeen City, 58. Angus, 56. Dumfries and Galloway, 65. They do not want to become an independent nation. Look at that. All right, we have our first county that votes yes. Dundee City, in a 57 to 42 vote yes on independence. East Dumbartonshire votes no. Wow, with a 61% saying no. The same is true with East Lothian, East Renfrewshire. I'm just enjoying saying the names. Falkirk, which is made famous, of course, by being one of the battlefields, I believe, in William Wallace's campaign. Still, despite the battlefield status, is voting no at 53%. Midlothian votes no at 56. Orkney, we already said them. Renfrewshire is at 52. Shetland at 63. Stirling, another battle city, at 59%. Oh, we have another voting yes. West Dumbartonshire voted 53% yes. So that's Dundee City in West Dumbartonshire that want to be an independent Scotland. A fascinating moment in history, ladies and gentlemen. We'll find out tomorrow morning whether or not Scotland is its own independent nation. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming to this week's episode of Scotch and Smoke Rings, episode 268, I think. You guys are keeping better track than I. I'll be sure to get the past episodes online as soon as I possibly can. In the meantime, ladies and gentlemen, make sure that you stay classy and that you don't get into political arguments, because those tend to not turn out very well. And as always, we say here at Scotch and Smoke Rings, be sure, my friends, that you stay classy.